Welcome back. Well, dyeing eggs is an Easter tradition in many households. So today, Jennifer Ackerman-Haywood from the Grand Rapids Press and CraftSanity.com is here to show us some different techniques. And this is one holiday tradition that I have not grown out of yet.
Oh,
I love making these. I love making these.
Yeah, and you should, because this is really fun. And the kind folks at Paz had sent me tons of supplies here, so I had plenty of color to work with, which has been really fun.
Lots of pretty colors going on.
And these are cool because they've come out with, they have new neon colors, and there's, you can make them, just with stickers, make your eggs into monsters and fish, and these are so self-explanatory that I'm not going to take a whole segment explaining how you put a sticker onto an egg, because the folks at home can handle that. I
love when they make it easy for people like me.
They do, and for kids, that's wonderful. Some of the things that I like to do, just some different techniques, and before we get started here, you can put rubber bands on.
Okay.
Before you drop your eggs into
the dye. Yeah.
You can put eggs on.
So that makes a little bit of a little design.
Yeah, you can color with the marker or with the white crayons. That's a fun thing to do.
Okay.
So what we can do, one of the things I tried with my kids yesterday, if you want to grab a paintbrush, and just one of these little sponge brushes.
Sure.
And this gets a little messy, so you want to make sure you have your surface covered. But then you can just paint on. And hopefully these mixed up in the back here. You can paint on some dye. And what my kids did is they did these little watercolors, and I'm going to reach across here.
Sure.
They did these little watercolor ones, and they kind of came out just different. And my kids painted these. It was really fun. It's kind of like a painted effect. You have to kind of let it dry to do that. But of course, the fun, you just dunking them in.
This is my way of doing it.
That's the easiest way to do it. The easiest way to do it. And one of the things that since I'm a crafter and I see all this color here, when the egg decorating is done, that's when the fun starts for me. If we move over here,
sure.
I dyed this yarn yesterday with egg decorating.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Supplies. So when people see these in the store and they think, oh, it's just for eggs, it's not just for eggs. I started out with just plain white
yarn,
wool yarn. And what you do is you make these little, I just make little skeins. I just wind little skeins, and this is a real small one.
Okay.
I soak it in water and just dish detergent, just to kind of make it so it will absorb.
Okay.
So if you want to squeeze that one out, pick a color and just put it in.
What does it do when you put it in the water? Like, what is it doing? Like, why would you have to do that before you put it in?
What it does is it makes the fibers are going to absorb that dye.
Just easier.
Yeah. And so what I do then is you let that sit, and what you do is I add vinegar to the commercial dyes, about 3 tablespoons of vinegar, and then you put these in the microwave, and 2-minute bursts. You heat it up and then let it cool in between, and don't walk away from it because you don't want to have a problem.
We should never walk away from your microwave.
Exactly.
First of all, yeah.
So and you do that, and it took about 10 minutes to get 5 2-minute bursts to get this
5
color.
2 minutes, okay.
And then I of course didn't want to waste any, so I had some dye left, and I made another set, and they get lighter as you go.
So then what do you do with these after you dye them?
You can, crochet with them, knit with them, weave with them.
Okay.
Yeah, just use it in your crafting. I would not knit Grandma's sweater with it because I can't attest to the color fastness.
Right. You don't want it to be all over your skin.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, Grandma. Yeah.
At the end here, I just want to show people, if you want to go natural with your dyeing, these 2 eggs here were dyed
really pretty.
with onion skins. So this is a red onion skin, which is surprising that it came out this color, and this is just the yellow onion.
When you say red onion skins,
what I did is I took the onion skins, hard boiled the egg with the onion skins in the pot.
Oh.
And this is the color you get.
A little bit of water
when you take the onion out. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah. Just
I'll
put it down. Yeah. There you go. See that color?
So that's a pretty dark color, and it makes beautiful eggs, I think. So it's.
Oh my gosh,
I made some yarn with that too.
Yeah, more of the earth tony colors. That's pretty pretty.
So it's really kind of cool to see how you can use these commercial dyes in other ways for crafting purposes.
Very cool.
Really fun.
How do you at home sort of display your eggs?
I forgot my egg cups today, but I like to put them out in those little egg cups.
Yeah.
There's various things you can do. Some of these kits come with little holders, so the kids can stand them up.
Yeah, we used to put ours in a basket. That's sort of the old school way of doing it.
I
wasn't sure if there was a cool new modern way of displaying your Easter eggs.
Whatever your preference is.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And what is your column going on this weekend?
My craft column this week in the press is going to be about Wendy Weather Bindery. And Wendy, the owner,
I like that name.
is fantastic. Wendy Withrow, she is super talented, and she has an Etsy shop, and she talks about how she kind of got into making handmade books and boxes, and her work's fantastic. So you'll be wanting to check that out.
Very cool. And then you also have a knitting class or something.
No, actually, it's another apron sewing is coming up.
Sewing,
Charity apron sewing is going to be Wednesday at Lakeshore Sewing, Thursday, April 1st. That's from 1 to 4, and it's going to be at their Gazan location down in Wyoming. So I hope people can join me out there to make some aprons. We had fun at the one last weekend, so I'm hoping to see people out this week. Very
cool. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing us your mad egg dyeing skills. We always appreciate that. Well, you can find more information on our website at WZZN13.com. Just click on those Take 5 links. Now, he's on a mission to change the way Americans eat. Up next, we'll talk with Chef Jamie Oliver about his new show and why he's